I'm in love with a cold, cold. I got it for the low, 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 low. I hit my plug, that's a trollo. He got it for the low, low. If you stitching, I go loco. I hit you with that trench, oh, oh. If you're thinking that I'm solo, I'm 50 deep, I'm like, oh no. I heard the feds taking photos. I know nothing at the photo.
Exercise is one of the least expensive ways to stay healthy. It has the potential to prevent chronic diseases as effectively as medication, assists brain development, and helps one develop self-esteem and leadership. It leads to higher academic success, lower levels of stress, and fewer cases of depression. Who here believes that all people should be entitled to these benefits? Awesome, I agree as well. Yet there is a huge group of people who aren't able to enjoy these benefits. So take a look at this image. It's of a summer basketball camp in Beijing, China. At first glance, it looks pretty normal. It's probably the last day of camp, so everyone's taking a photo together. There are younger boys and older boys, shorter boys and taller boys. But if you look really closely, there's something that doesn't quite belong. Does anyone see anything? A girl. Yeah, oh, you guys all got it. Okay, so right here, there's a girl. That girl is me, and it is through the experience captured in this photo that I realize that many girls are being deprived of the benefit of athletics. So gender inequality in sports is a huge and important issue in China, yet it's overlooked, and it prevents girls from benefiting from the many lessons of teamwork, self-confidence, and perseverance that sports teaches. So in 2008, when I was 8 years old, I attended Chinese Basketball Olympiad Wangfei's basketball summer camp as the only girl. I stayed in the dorm with 3 20-year-old girls who were training to be flight attendants because there were no other girls in the camp. The coaches were a little stunned and confused why I was there. The students, however, reacted much more harshly. They pointed at me, laughed, sneered. They ignored me, didn't pass to me during games, and they nearly fainted any time I did something they didn't expect me to be able to do, like make a shot or do a crossover. So, unfortunately, this wasn't the only time I've had such experiences. Again and again, I find myself among hundreds of boys as the only girl at local Chinese basketball camps and classes. So why is it so hard to find girls who play basketball? I see 3 main reasons. For one, there is the Gaokao, which is kind of like the equivalent of an SAT plus all your end-of-term exams, and it essentially determines your educational future in China. So because of this, most kids prioritize academics, and if they had any free time, it'd be spent on academic prep lessons, so English lessons, math lessons, etc. The second reason is there's a negative stigma around girls playing sports. Girls aren't really expected to play sports with high intensity or contact, and especially not with guys. Finally, there's a lack of female sporting leagues and opportunities. So even the girls who do realize they like sports don't have fellow girls to play it with, and so they eventually give up on playing, and there are fewer number of girls who play. However, because I was born in Oregon, attended an international school in Beijing, and also attended basketball camps in the US, I was able to have many opportunities to play basketball, and it is through my experiences with basketball that I learned what it means to work hard, to be part of a team, and to be a leader. I realized that the denial from sports meant that girls in China are missing critical opportunities to gain these skills, to experience camaraderie, develop leadership skills, etc. And without these chances, girls cannot achieve equality. The research supports this. Studies show that female high school athletes are 3 times more likely to graduate than non-athletes. Furthermore, 50% of teenage girls who participate in some kind of sport experience higher than average levels of self-esteem. And in a survey of 400 senior women executives, it was found that 82% of them played organized sports while they were growing up. And this indicates that these women who are now successful in their fields must have learned lessons from their sporting experiences. So I was amazed. The facts clearly suggested that there's a powerful correlation between sports and gaining important skills, and that sports are an extremely powerful teaching tool that could be used to achieve gender equality. I was inspired to see what I could do with this tool, and I was also curious of what effect exposure to sports would have on a group of girls. So in 2014, I decided to conduct an experiment to answer my question. I found 10 students from a nearby local school and started my own girls' basketball summer camp. On the first day, almost all 10 girls were extremely shy and reserved. I asked them to sit down in a circle, and when we were introducing ourselves, they nervously avoided my gaze. They talked really quietly, and I had to lean forward to hear what they were saying. And they didn't talk much to each other either, and kind of just stayed in their own bubble. So I decided to focus on developing the skills of teamwork, communication, and confidence. I pushed them to learn each other's names and cheer for each other during relays. And in a passing game where dribbling was not allowed, they were literally forced to cooperate and work with each other. In 3-on-3 and 5-on-5 games, I encouraged hesitant girls to take a shot. By the last day, all 10 girls' basketball skills had drastically improved. My voice could barely be heard over their cheers during relays. They were able to move the ball around much more quickly during passing drills, and during games, swishes rang through the court. So after our last practice, we again sat down in a circle, and I asked them to share what they learned. And here are some of the things they said. I learned that I shouldn't blame other people when something bad happens and should instead take responsibility for my own actions. I learned how to be in triple threat and how to take a layup. I learned that teamwork is much more effective than trying to do something by myself. I learned that I can do much more than I think I can. So my camp was a modest experiment, but based on the experiment, I can affirm that sports, even in a short amount of time, can have an extremely transformative effect upon a group of people, and especially upon a group of girls. And last summer, I conducted 2 more basketball girls' camps, and they had similar effects. So even though the students in my camps have gained additional skills, the problem still remains. After camp is over, these girls still struggle with finding other girls to play with or guys who are willing to play with them. China is not the only country that could use more sports to reach gender equality. Gender equality in sports is really a global issue. And in the US, although girls at the elementary, middle, and high school levels have more sporting opportunities, we're not done yet. Inequality remains at the professional levels. Female students make up 57% of the college student population, yet only 43% of all the sporting opportunities are given to them. That's 63,241 fewer opportunities than male athletes. And of these female college sports teams, only 43% of the coaches are female, while on the other hand, for men's college sports teams, 98% of the coaches are male. In professional sports, there's a huge discrepancy between male and female pay. In the 2015 season, the maximum salary for a WNBA player was $109,500. For an NBA player, the minimum salary was $535,093. In other words, the lowest NBA salary was almost 5 times higher than the highest WNBA salary. And in 2015, the US Women's World Cup team got $2 million for winning the World Cups. On the other hand, the Men World Cup champion team took home $35 million. In an online poll, the following question was asked: would you rather find $5 or have your local WNBA team win the championship? The results were shocking. 76% of the responders said they'd rather find $5. So we must encourage girls to play sports. Yet based on the numbers I've presented, it's evident that girls' sports aren't being supported and that girls aren't being given equal opportunities. This is Cece, a 13-year-old girl whom I got the opportunity to teach last summer at my basketball camp. She always feels like the odd one out when she plays amongst boys, so she tries to go to the basketball courts only at night so that no one will see her play. Cece is one of the most hardworking, intelligent, and willing to learn and improve girls I know. So it's absolutely stunning and disheartening to hear that she has to go through such efforts just to pursue an interest that she deserves the opportunity to engage in, and that brings her immense benefits. So through my experiences playing amongst all boys camps and through meeting girls like Cece, I deeply feel that gender inequality is an issue that can make a huge difference to girls growing up around the world. And we can make a difference, whether it's through organizing basketball camps in countries with fewer opportunities, encouraging our female friends to participate in sports, or attending women's athletic events. These are all things that we can do as teammates, as classmates, as future college students and young professionals. These are things that we can do whether we are a boy or a girl to work towards gender equality. That's why I hope to dedicate myself to this issue and hope you will too. Thank you.